All right, God damn it. I've been trying to make this video. Been working on this video, working on my audio. Hopefully we good. And I'm gonna pop my little cigar real quick and talk my shit. So my dumb ass, I got down the rabbit hole with XRP searching for the newest thing to invest in that was gonna be the future. And that's how I found XRP. Um And I'm glad that I found XRP because I found a community that was like passionate about it and super duper informative. Um, it trips me out though because you know when you try to explain crypto to people, they trip the fuck out. They think it's a goddamn scam. It's all type of other shit going on, and you just be like, bro, what? And I get it, but they act like scams ain't in real money. You feel me? And it's hard to get people to open up and think about the future, especially when it's something so abstract and foreign, and it's so weird. Like even when I'm talking to family members, and it tripped me out the other day. I was talking to a family member and I was telling him about the stimulus checks. And the first thing out of his mouth is, well, I don't trust what the Republicans do. And the first thing I said was, so you're going to turn it down? And he said no. And so I'm like, okay, so what do you even care whether it's R or it's D? You feel me? Is it money? Is it bread? Can you invest it? Can you do better with it than the next person? Yes. And that's what the whole trip out was, between me and and I just it's hard to really explain to people like where the world is going because people think that crypto is like meme coins and NFTs, and it's hard to break them out of that. They think the only coin in the world is Bitcoin, and that's it. And so when I'm talking to people, I try to tell people about coins that have real world utility, and the first thing they say, well, don't nobody use it. And so you try to explain to them that they're gonna have the Clarity Act coming out, right? That's gonna make it more acceptable, right? And give more guidance to how we can use them. But when you start going deeper about how much liquidity is over there and all this other stuff, they act like they don't even want to hear it. When you tell them the reasons why they need an XRP or like a H bar or a VET, they can't see that far in the future. They don't understand what's coming down the line. And this is why the rich stay rich. And I hope that HRP and H bar and all these other tokens do the same for me so I can be a part of the 1% that's paying attention on where the money is going. And that bothers me because just because I'm not rich or super successful or anything like that, people write you off. They don't want to listen. They don't want to hear nothing you got to say. And it does bother me. It does bother me because all you ask them to do is go in and take a look for yourself. Just go look for yourself. Look, I created this by myself. I didn't pay anybody to do this. I did this stuff because I went out and I learned by myself and I did the research by myself. I made this. I got other crazy crap that I got on here too that I have, that I've made, and you can't, it's hard to kind of show people, things because, they feel like you're trying to get over on them or you're trying to do something to them. And you like, what's your malfunction there a little bit? I created that, and I think that's off because ain't no way them stocks going off like that. But, say, let me double check and make sure XRP ain't going off while I'm talking shit. Um, Let me pull this up real quick for the low low. But anyway, yeah, man, I wanted to rant and go hard because I'm trying to convince people with the utility of XRP and the things that it can be used for in a real world, real case basis. You know, this is how I start when I talk to people, right? You know, I tell them that the world is going on a different financial world that's faster and quicker than the old one. And they go, "What? What are you talking about?" Like, I'm like, "So, you know, ACH and all that other stuff, that's old. It might seem fast to you because you don't know any better, but that's really old. And you got to be super, super, super duper careful. Um, no, that's hold on. Am I tripping? Let me make sure I'm looking at the chart as we speak. So this is actually wrong. Let me pull this down real quick, because that's not actual right now, and I don't want to get anything all messed up. So matter of fact, I could just have it updated on the fly. I think so. Um, so this is old stuff, right? And I know I'm going on a crazy, crazy rant, but anyway, let's get back to it. Like again, like when you try to explain to people the things that these tokens are going to be able to do in the partnerships, like H bar is one of them. It's still a cheap coin. You can get a lot of it, but it won't be cheap for long because you got Google Cloud partnerships, IBM, Boeing, like electronics. So these are the new systems that America is going to be going on to. It's going to be cheaper, faster for the banks and the financial systems. They still going to charge your dumb ass the same amount, but they going to make money because they really don't have to pay for it because it'll be cheaper fees. And so that's what I think the shutdown was about. You know, the shutdown was about, you know, I think they were just insider trading, honestly. You know, I think they just was like, hey, let's shut this down. Let's get our money right. Let's invest. Let's buy as much as we can. We know where this is going. The rest of America doesn't. So they made their backdoor deals. They made all that other stuff. They're telling their family members and friends as many people as possible to start buying up crypto because that's where America's going to put all their debt at. And this is not financial advice at all. So you got tokens like VET, which is VeChain, which is hooked up to Walmart China, which is a big chain. And once they get these regulatory clarifications, I think that they ship pork. If I'm not mistaken, I think they ship pork. But either way, they track the pork that's coming in from China or going around China through the VeChain coin. And I think that's going to be a big thing. I think that's going to spread, right? I think that's going to be great for logistics. Chainlink, which is very popular, they got the old Swift. Swift, the old system, partner with them on the new system. So they're going to be doing trillions of transactions, you know? Disney, with Polygon. Like these are tokens that you guys can go out and get fairly cheap before the world finds out that hey, we're going on a crypto wallet. We're not having token accounts anymore. Everything's going to be tokenized. Everything's going to be tokenized. And I'm trying to help have people understand that everything's going to be tokenized. And you know, I hate that. You know, I mean, I don't hate it, but it's just like you try to get people to understand that and they lose sight of it, you know. So again, me myself, I'm big into XRP, HBAR, VET, Link. You know, all these things have DeFi apps. They're building the future. You're going to be able to borrow against your crypto with cheaper and better rates and better perks. And that's what the banks are scared of. The banks are scared that people are going to run over to crypto and just have the time of their motherfucking life because now they're going to be able to get paid 24 hours a day. They're going to be able to get more benefits, borrow more against their crypto. They're going to realize that they can send each other money without a whole bunch of fees. They're going to like all these things have real world assets, right? Like XRP is for cross border payments. Like I told you guys, VET is for product tracking, which is gonna be really good for the chain, right? That's gonna you know keep people from stealing. You know, enterprises. You know, and then you're gonna have privacy too, which is with Flare. I should have mentioned that one. But these are all really good tokens. Just to throw $100 in, and in 2 to 3 years, each one of them tokens could be worth $1,000. Me specifically, I think XRP is on its way, but it's gonna take time. I don't want to drink the Kool-Aid just yet. But again, HBAR, enterprise solutions, supply chain tracking, carbon credits, digital identity secured. So this is where this is going. So go get you a wallet. I just signed up for Upturn, whatever the hell it is. I forget what it is, but I signed up for that so I can start trading a little bit more. So basically, I have about 3 wallets, 4 wallets really, that I'm going to be accumulating crypto in once I get to liquidating my assets to make stuff work. And that's why I invested in the first place, because now when you're on the back end, you're trying to get things done, you can liquidate your assets and survive. And so that's the same thing with me. I believe more in American Airlines. I believe more in crypto than I do in American Airline going up. So I'm finna DCA. I'm a dollar cost average down, take my money out, invest, go handle some business, sit back and wait for this XRP trains to jump off. And I'm trying to tell people ahead of time, get ahead of the game. XRP, HBAR, XLM. There's a bunch of different ones. Stellar. It's a bunch of ones I want to invest in that's gonna be for the future. And then don't forget, Web3 is coming around the corner, right? Web3 is right around the goddamn corner. And when Web3 gets here, it's gonna be all type of shit going on, and people are gonna be, all out of sorts, And I hate it for them, but that's just the way the world is. And so I just want people to understand. I come here because I be ranting. And, I just get so tired of fucking people just not believing or having faith or listening and going to do their own research and you trying. I know, I'm just like you. I'm just like you. It piss you off, you know, because all you're trying to do is help out and they just take it for granted. So like I'm telling people right now, get into these AI agents. Learn that's easy. You can use ChatGPT to teach you real quick how to put commands in to get everything you want. This is how I created this stuff. That's how these guys are creating these websites and with all this data on them because AI agents are doing it. I think I did it first. Honestly, if you go back to my channel, if you go back to my page, which somebody probably was already doing it before me, but I was putting together a XRP everything type of deal. And then all of a sudden the next day somebody else had it. And I was like, what? So don't ignore yourself. I don't ignore myself. Mm-mm. I can't do it, man. You gotta be able to get out here and and these are gonna update on the fly. That's why I love this stuff. So I got my AI agents right now working on it because it's old data, and so they're gonna update it on the fly. You know, and then using OBS because the world news is going on YouTube. News is going to be to the second, to the minute. If you join the XRP army like I did, you're going to get somebody updating you every minute. Crypto Sensei, Jake Reeker, you're going to find these names and you're going to get new. This is how I know this is something popping because new people are talking about it. You know what I'm saying? New people are talking about XRP, what it could do, the future, things they want to do with it. So I'm here, man. I really do believe in it. If you have a family member, anybody, make sure you tell them, because this could be generational wealth. They talking about this thing going to $1,000. Like, what? Are you serious? You know, and this could be something good for everybody. I about to tell people, get down, get with it. Invest. I tell the homie, $5, man. $5. That's all it takes, $5. And just let it sit there. Even if you don't care, even if you don't believe in it. Just let it sit there. I'm letting this update. Give me a second. But yeah. So I'm messing with this stuff here. Um, trying to figure out. Okay, there it is. Okay, so yeah. So real world utility assets XRP has uh when it's high 142 billion, H bar. These are old numbers. I got it updating right now. But we won our a case against the SEC that told us that they tried to tell us we were security, and we was like, no, we're a commodity. You know what I'm saying? Get off our ass. You know, we got these major partnerships coming through. So that's all big, huge stuff that XRP is doing right now. And so I just tell everybody, get on it. Like, there's gonna be a token for healthcare. There's a good token called Jasmine that I like. Jasmine is super dope, where you get your identity back and you charge the big companies for using your data and tracking you. I think that can be worth thousands of dollars a month. To charge them back, and I think they happily do it because they know where this is going. They know that AI is going to be taking jobs, and most people are just going to be online tracking themselves all day, and it's basically just going to be a big world security system. So every time you go live or you go on TikTok or you post, it's going to be the AI, making sure you ain't really just fucking shit up. And there's gonna be a gray area for crime. I'm sure it's plugged in there. They're not. They're gonna be like, "Hey, you got to give us some freedoms." Like, you know what I'm saying? That's just how programmable it can be. Even when you're talking to ChatGPT by yourself, you can tone it down or make it do react differently. So, hopefully, my AI agents have done their job. Let me update. I accepted it all. Let's see if they're gonna update the content for me real quick. And this is why I've been learning. This is why I've been in the house. I've been grinding, trying to learn how to do this stuff. And hopefully, I'll get better at this. Um, there we go. There we go. So we refreshed it up, and I that's on the fly. That is on the fly. That is as of right now. All right, we're the number three coin in the market. Like, guys, like, get on, buy into them. XRP is a dog. SBI Holdings, Santander, Bank of America, American Express, MoneyGram. I don't think we have MoneyGram anymore, but we have all these partnerships that mean something. So I had accept all, keep refreshing, right? Keep refreshing. There we go. There we go. See? Interact. And that's this. Oh no, that's the wrong one. Interact. There we go. Right. So it's constantly updating. And that's why I love this, and I'm gonna be a little bit more brave no matter what happens to me. I want my son to find my channels and know and let him know that his dad tried. His dad kept plugging away. His dad kept trying to be successful and bring home the bacon, and I love him so much. But sometimes as a man, you got to take a break, or you got to take a step back, and you got to focus in and grind. And sometimes your kids just have to understand because one thing that I do believe in is that one thing me and my dad always laugh about is that strong men create weak men in weak times, and weak men in weak times create strong men that create strong times that create weak men. So that's one thing I want to teach my son is never stop, never give up. You're going to make mistakes, but you keep going. You know, that's one of my passions is being able to help other people be happy too, not just myself. Other people, I had a credit channel too. I still have a credit channel, and I'm finna go back to doing that. I'm finna build up my confidence back again because sometimes, you stop talking to people because the people stop listening, but you forget the people who want to listen are out there. And you just got to keep plugging away until you connect with one of them and they be like, you know what, I really like what you got to say. you know, and I'm always talking to these young ladies and even older ladies with these young men in their life, you know, tell them to invest, tell them to get up, start getting into this AI, tell them to start streaming. If they're in there playing that game all day, tell them to stream it and tell them, I don't care. If you're going to play that game, you need to stream. You ain't streaming yet? Get on their butt. Don't let them sit back there and just sit back there and do nothing. Stream. Go buy them a webcam and a little PC. Go make me some money. You need to be streaming every day. Well, why you playing then? You know what I'm saying? So same thing like that and teach them to invest. Like invest right now. I'm telling you, it's worth it. I wish these type of things I would have got into too before maybe even credit, but I'm glad I got into credit first. And now when I get back to where I need to be at, I'll be able to use both to leverage my family's success. And that's how I want to talk, right? I've always added a lot of pressure anytime I was anywhere. And I want to add more pressure and I want to leave a legacy for my family. And so that's what this is all about. And so that's why I'm, you know, getting more aggressive. And I might fail, you know, something might happen to me tomorrow, you know, but I thank God for right now that I had the opportunity to have this mindset, to have this forethought, to be crazy, to be adventurous, you know, to reach out first, to do stuff and be embarrassed first. But it's okay. And I don't know where I got that from. I think I might have got it from my grandmother. You know, I don't know, but I just feel like it's okay to lead sometimes. It's okay to be like, hey guys, I might be wrong, but I got a really, 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 really strong feeling with based off my research and all my thought processes that this might be the way. So I just want to say something right now before shit get crazy, you know, because a lot of people keep talking about a reset and all these other things that are going on. And yeah, it could possibly happen. Look, my stuff just updated. Love it. Good job. Good job. Yeah. So this is on the fly. This is done on the fly, guys. And it's gonna be somebody else that's gonna think of this and make it better, but it's okay because this refreshes this refreshes it should refresh for me really. Um, but it should be doing its thing. So I just wanted to come in and go on my little long rant. It feels good to be back in front of the CPU and talking to people and educating people. And, you know, of course, I'm going to reveal my face and be on here and just try to get back to, because this was a comfort zone for me. You know, I used to host a podcast too, and that was a comfort zone to me, sharing my opinion, you know, and convincing people otherwise, right? So, I love to do that. So, when I made these overlays inside OBS, I told it to AI agent and anti gravity to go in there and make me two active overlays with viable information so I can talk about it. And this is all they're doing. So you don't even be afraid to get out there, right? I'm encouraging you to start a channel, right? Because everybody's gonna have their favorite person. There's one guy. He doesn't show his face, but he's very articulate. I can't think of his name, but I love to listen to him. And I think there will be a special niche for me and you to have conversations about where we want to take our families to, things we're thinking about doing, dreaming. It's okay to dream because some people don't even dream. They still trying to get in the bed. You feel me? And we not trying to get in the bed. We already, you know, at the REM, at the realm, you know, we trying to make it happen, you know, and you found it. You found a guy that's right on the cusp of trying to make it happen if nothing goes crazy, just like you. And we in this together. So I suggest me and you, we don't give out financial advice, but you know, we try to advise people as best we can on the right direction that you would go if you were in their positions, right? So let's clarify all that. But please you know, make your own decision, do your own research. But again, I do believe that this is where we're going, guys. The Clarity Act is going to come right around the corner. Trump is probably going to sign that early January. We got the ETFs going live already. They're bringing in millions of dollars. We got people beefing on the internet about it. Like what? So it's exciting. You know, every day you wake up, there's always somebody arguing about it. But I hope that this hit somebody hard and and you know, convince them to jump down and start getting on these tokens, because you don't want to be left behind. You know, you don't want a dummy like me, you know, to be telling you I told you so. And I really feel like that about this. I don't know if it's just Crypto Sensei or some of the people that I follow or the hopium that they call it, but I'm a self-realizing person, and I can't believe it either. But then when you do the research, that like only I think about 6% of the population on Earth only has a crypto wallet, and there's duplicates. So yeah, it's weird that you're the only one. But that think about it, not everybody's into finance. It's only a small percentage, and even the small percentage of people that are into finance, their heads in the ground too, because they're worried about dollars, and some of them are already well off. They're not worried about it. But you know, people at the bottom who have the forethought and want to do more in life, we're always searching, and we scratched upon something, right? And we're like, man, no, this can't be real. No, we can't be. No, this can't be. We can't be the only ones. No, this got to be $100 already, and we got to get it. No, no, no. This is it, dog. This is it. So I think that crypto is the way. There's already people. See, we're in America. We can't see. They don't let us see outside America. They try not to let us see outside of America, unless they're trying to sell us something. But if you open up your eyes, you see that Japan is already doing it. Africa just signed up for it with their tokenization. I think it was the Emirates or whatever. One of those countries just legalized XRP for usage in their economy. So, and I think ours is coming right around the corner. And people was like, "Well, how we going? There's gonna be trillions of dollars, guys. Trillions of dollars pouring into crypto because of the liquidity. Because there's money over there that's unkept, unrealized. It's money over there. People put their money over there. There's trillions of dollars over there amongst people rushing in. So we need people like BlackRock and Fidelity to come on with XRP so we can blow this thing up. Even if I don't care who, if you spread your tokens around, you're gonna make some bread. You're gonna make some easy bread. And if you hold long term, you're gonna make even more bread. But do what you want to do. We don't care. We don't care. On this channel, we don't care. We trying to get to the bread. We're not gonna judge you. I don't care. No matter how many whales sell, I feel like this is going to be the future. I think that it makes too much sense because XRP is the cheapest way to send money on cross borders, or one of the cheapest ways. And there's trillions of transactions a day going cross border. So there's no way we're not going to get a piece of that pie, y'all. There's no way. And I know I'm going on a 30-minute rant, but sometimes you got the juice, you got the juice. And I got my audio fixed, so I'm ready to talk shit. And I hope it all comes out well. So, you know, comment, like, subscribe if you like the content. You know, I know it's not as organized like me, but like I said, it will get better. It will get better. I just made this one up. So that look at it on the fly, fam. Listen, this is what we do. This is what we do. So, you know, I'll try to be as formal as I can when I update and give you guys straight up. But sometimes I just want to come in here and talk. Sometimes you gotta go and touch some grass and be like, bro, can we just talk shit? Can we just talk shit about how we think it might be $1,000 and 10,000 and dream? Can we dream? Because we know it's not gonna happen. But man, if it do, dog, if it do, we gonna ball out. Feel me? And I know people like, yeah. People, listen, we talk about maybe taking about $2,000, dog. Can we get 2,000 off of it? Can I pay a couple bills real quick? Damn. You got motherfuckers out there saying, don't sell it out, man. You got me effed up. That shit hit 4,000 a piece, bro. I'm coming off 3, 4, 5 shares. I got shit to do. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, dog? I just need enough to get by for the next couple of years. Give me 10 bands. The rest gonna stay there. I'm gonna borrow against it. Stake it. I'm gonna do all that good stuff. And we're gonna learn about all that stuff on this channel together. All right. So I'm excited. I think we had a good vid. I think the audio is gonna be great. You know, you guys let me know what y'all think, man. Comment, like, subscribe. Your boy XRP Keys in the building. H-Town stand up. You know, real recognize real. All this other good stuff that old people say at my age. I'm out.